Welcome back to Building Together. My name is Colin, and today I am joined by...
Autumn.
That's right. We are continuing our series on the Winter Village sets, this time building one that goes all the way back to 2011. Was that a while ago? No? Is that older than you? Yeah, it's older than her. We are building set 10222. That is the Winter Village Post Office, and it came out back in 2011. 822 pieces for, I think, $70 or $80. Great deal. 7 minifigs. It's got this post office truck, the post office itself, a gazebo. I'm really excited to dig back into this. It's been a few years since I've built it, and what are you most excited about building?
Gazebo.
The gazebo? All right, so here's the deal. We've got one instruction manual. Autumn's going to be using that. She's going to build the gazebo and some of the exterior things. I'm going to be building the post office itself using the digital instructions. We'll check in a little bit to see how it's going. Okay, so we have finished the first level of the post office, and I have to say I enjoy some of the techniques, but it's not quite as good as some of the other Winter Village sets. In particular, I do like the tiling, although it's fairly straightforward. The dark blue and dark tan combination is decent. It's not quite as good as some of the other combinations like in the gingerbread house. I do like the fireplace. I think it looks nice, the way they do some of the snot work at the top there. But I really think the key feature is this picture window, the bay window that we have here at the very front of it. The way that they stack up 6 rows or columns of windows is really nice, and how it's connected to the macaroni bricks at the top and up to these modified plates at the top is really, really good. And so kudos to LEGO for that. One other architectural detail of note is that below the windows here on this side, they have headlight bricks with a 1x2 jumper plate and a round stud, and those are surrounded by 2 cheese slopes. So similar in the architectural details that we see in the Winter Toy Shop and some of the other sets. Now Autumn was building the bench, which we have right here, which honestly is nothing too special. It's basically just a bench with a short backing and some piled up snow. So nothing that is really all that stellar. It does come with this nice dark orange dog. She also spent some time, and I helped her with this post truck right here, the mail delivery truck, and this is a fun little build. I enjoyed in particular the brick and plate build construction of the chassis and the rest of it with the lights. Very old-fashioned, very like 1920s-esque. So it's a really nice build for that. It's got a nice compartment in the back where you can place packages, and on top you can place a sack and other packages there, and it has a nice little mechanism for you to store some snowshoes. So I think that's another nice aspect of the set that you don't see in a lot of the other Winter Village sets, although the Winter Cottage does come with a snowplow that is pretty well designed. So that wraps up our little interjection here. We are going to come back and continue to build our post office, and Autumn is going to build my favorite part of the entire set, the gazebo. We have a full set, and Autumn and who is this?
Sprinkles.
Sprinkles are here to recap what we've done. We have finished up all the post office and the peripheral builds. And Autumn, I know you were super excited to build the gazebo, but what did you think after you built it?
The roof is pretty good. Just don't like these things. It moves, and that's not a good thing. And I also like that there's headlight bricks in the middle. But the little staircase thing is really nice. And the roof is nice. And I also like the truck car thing. It has plenty of storage space. And it's also a nice looking car.
Pretty sleek, huh?
Yeah. One thing I've noticed is there's always a little bench with piles of snow in every single one.
There is. That's, I think, one of the themes. There's always a tree. Now, this one does not have a brick-built tree. It does have a couple of small pine trees. So this might be an exception to one, but part of the tradition with the bench, huh?
Yeah, but the bench, there's always a bigger thing, with one of the winter things, it had presents. I think it was the train. And every single one I feel like has a little bit more to it than just a boring bench and lots of piles of snow, but you don't really need that.
Yeah, and this one doesn't have the same gift. It does have parcels because it's a post office. One thing that it does have that is in keeping with the Winter Village sets is a very uniquely constructed lamp. This one's kind of cool. It looks awkward, but it's a simple build, but effective. I like the use of the black goblet right here. It's my only one in black, and so that was pretty nice. I have a bunch of them in the yellow and the pearl gold, and maybe I think some in red. My only one in black, and it uses this elephant tail piece or something to then connect to this, which allows you to have the lamp go upside down. I think it's kind of interesting, maybe a bit awkward looking, but effective. I like the icicles as well. That's a nice touch. I think it's the only Winter Village set that has the icicles, and the post office here is nice with these little boxes out in the front so people can drop off their letters there. Overall, I think it's a nice addition to the theme. When it first came out, I thought it was interesting with the dark tan, dark green, and light, the medium blue color combination. Thought it looked pretty good.
They have these tiles for snow that are stacked. Tiles do kind of finish it off, but the thing is they have it in not enough spots when they have icicles and snowballs and all sorts of other winter things. But then the snow on the roofs just isn't enough for when there's already icicles.
So you know how icicles are formed? It's when snow melts off of the roof and drips down. And so a roof with icicles oftentimes will have some snow on the roof, but parts of it uncovered, just like this set does.
But I still really like the tiles. The tiles just don't look good.
All right.
The chimney looks pretty nice.
Okay, so the chimney, I'm not a huge fan of. I think it's very thin, but I like how they juxtapose that with the roof. So overall, this is a set that meets, I think, the criteria for the Winter Village sets in that it has the bench, it has some pine trees, it has this unique lamp, but it also, I think, fails to bring a lot of ingenuity outside of the gazebo, which I thought was interestingly constructed, although has a couple of drawbacks, as Autumn pointed out. But this does have, I think, some nostalgia factor to it. The old 1920s era vehicle, 1930s, the post office being the hub of people dropping off Christmas gifts and picking them up from the post office. It's got the cozy fireplace in it, which, comment down below, by the way, if you've ever seen a post office with a fireplace. Not the most common of things. But overall, I think a nice build. When it came out, I think it was an excellent value. Again, it was about $70 US for 822 pieces and 7 minifigs, which we did not construct the minifigs because we have a bunch of winter minifigs already put together. Thanks for watching, and make sure you ring the bell for notifications to stay along with us as we go through this Winter Village series. Like the video, and always remember to keep building together.